Hello, guys. We are back with the box office here again. There was actually a chance that Jaws could have been number one, but nope, it wasn't. But this is a very slow week for the box office. It will probably be because it's the Memorial Day box office, so it's gonna be very, very slow, obviously as well. But Weapons is projected to be the number one movie of the year. Okay, no, not of the year, of the week, with just 10 million. Of course, I think this is gonna be knocked off by Conjuring, which will be the next big movie next week. This week, not next week, this week. Okay, which will breathe a fresh air in the box office, obviously as well. But Weapons is the number one movie as well. This movie has made $200 million globally, so this movie has become a massive, massive success as well here, and it has made a deal of $144 million. I would say, let's see, did Elio come back? Um, no, it didn't. Disney did not bring back Elio. Oh, they brought back Lilo and Stitch instead. That's why they brought back Lilo and Stitch, a much more successful movie. Jaws was a classic movie. I think everybody knows Jaws. Not much more needs to be said. It is one of the most popular and greatest movies of all time. So yeah, it's Jaws. It's an iconic movie. Everybody knows and loves it. Made $8 million. Caught Stealing isn't really doing too well. It is a new movie, not doing too well, obviously, but it's by Sony Pictures and it's not really doing too well. Again, non-franchise movies just continue to not do too well. Outside, of course, Weapons, but Freaky Friday actually is having decent ratings now. But again, it is Memorial Day, so I think every movie is gonna have a small drop as well. Yeah, but Freaky Friday had a 26% drop from last week. Still not doing as well as Weapons, but again, this was supposed to be one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and it won't even hit. Um, yeah, but Freaky Friday has made $142 million globally. Again, I don't think this is the success Disney was imagining, but either way, this movie has made back its money as well. So, fortunately for Disney, this movie is still profitable. It's still successful. I think Disney was expecting this movie to make like Beetlejuice numbers, okay, which was a huge movie last year. Yeah. Or Twister's numbers, which are two movies that sold itself on nostalgia, being long-awaited sequels, but it seems that Freaky Friday could not replicate that formula. Then we have The Roses, which is another Disney movie not doing too well, obviously, as well here. But yeah, this is another Disney movie. Yeah, this movie is actually made by Disney. Fantastic Four, The First Steps, has passed the $500 million globally, but this movie has underperformed very, very greatly at the box office. It is basically doing as I projected it would do at the box office, making around $230 million domestically as well, to $280 million. So I was right on the money on the domestic gross, but the movie is for underperforming domestically and internationally for Disney standards. This movie barely broke even, which is actually very, very bad for Disney. Yes, Disney won't lose money on this movie as well, but this movie actually could still lose money if this movie is a 3 times, obviously, which is around I think $600 million, which means there's still a possibility even if this movie does break even for the 2.55 times. This movie could still lose money for Disney if it's a 3 times box office multiplier. Which I think, given the absurd amount of marketing Disney gave to this movie likely is still in the red. But we're gonna give it to Disney and say it passed. Okay, you did it, Disney. You finally had a more profitable Marvel movie as well. The Bad Guys 2 is still in the theaters. This movie actually might break even. It had a small drop globally, and it has now at $178 million. This needs to make $225 million to break even, I think, as well. Okay, I could see. Let's go see. Okay, it's even less, 200 million needed as well. This movie is basically performing like the first movie, so yeah, which means they might get a Bad Guys 3, which I will be very, very excited for that one as well. But the Bad Guys 2 seems to be doing very, very well despite its very bad opening as well. It really shows you that that if you make a good movie, it will have good legs. Very simple, and it has no competition. So besides Lilo and Stitch, what they launched back into the theaters, but congratulations for the Bad Guys. It's doing very, very well for a movie that is had a very bad opening. And so compared to like Freaky Friday, which opened I think a bit higher. Superman has now grossed $600 million globally as well. This movie has done very, very well at the box office, making $351 million domestically and $259 million international at the box office as well. This is despite the movie being considered like, a lot of people are hating this movie. Like, this movie's garbage, it's a 0 out of 10 movie, but it had done way better than Disney's movies. So as well. But yeah, how much did Freaky Friday open to? 28 million. So yeah, Bad Guys is having better ratings than Freaky Friday. As well, Freaky Friday actually did pick up a lot. With Saving of Sinners and Weapons, it had decent ratings at the box office. But again, Freaky Friday had nothing releasing against it. So yeah, but even then, it's still, I think, underperforming Disney's expectations. Nobody 2, however, isn't really doing too well, obviously, as well. Well, this movie is nowhere near the amount of money this movie needs to make, which really shows that just because they make a movie that was successful during the pandemic doesn't mean it will do very well, okay? And I'm not really too interested in seeing Nobody 2 as well. The Naked Gun, $95 million globally. Again, the movie isn't doing as well, kind of like a Freaky Friday as well. Then we have The Toxic Avenger, which is doing okay, but yeah. Jurassic World Rebirth is still in theaters, and that movie has now made $855 million globally as well. I think the movie would have made $1 billion if this movie did way better in China. But again, these movies are doing way worse in China now compared to the last couple of movies. Compared to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which made $200 million in China. This movie still made like $60 million in China. But you gotta realize, this movie lost $200 million from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the first one in China. So this movie has done very well despite not having the huge China gross, and so it's underperforming domestically. The movie is actually performing very greatly in most countries outside the US, just underperforming massively in China, and not doing as well domestically either. But again, Jurassic World Rebirth also launched against Superman in its second week, which is actually pretty impressive numbers given how well Superman did as well. But F1 the movie, this is still in theaters, that's funny. This is still on the list, $614 million globally. I said this movie would do very, very well at the box office as well, okay? And Lilo and Stitch has made $1.33 billion globally as well. This movie just barely passed $1 billion too, okay? And I was even like questioning, this movie hit $1 billion, but it's the international market's pulled through like unlike of Minecraft. So yeah. There you go about the box office here. And yeah, unfortunately I had to use the numbers again. But yeah, goodbye.